iRock Radio, the world headquarters of rock. It's Mike Karolyi at the Ridgefield Playhouse, Ridgefield, Connecticut, with our very special guest, Sully Erna. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. Now, I'm thinking this is the first time in this building for you?
I don't ever remember playing this one.
But you've played many buildings in Connecticut, man. Back in our day at WCCC, we had you at Stage East in East Hartford, and we had you at, where else? The Webster Theater.
Oh, yeah, the Webster. That's a good place, too.
Of course, all those runs with, Ozfest, and then all the, just over the years, man.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of venues. So it's kind of weird that all these years later, your first time in this one.
Yeah, I don't ever remember seeing this place, but hopefully it'll be good. It looks like a nice little quiet, intimate place for this kind of setting. So
Beautiful room, absolutely. So it's a solo acoustic tour right now, but take me back to the very first time you stepped away from Godsmack and you did a solo acoustic tour. What were the feelings like, and what was it like heading into a show like that for the very first time?
Yeah, the first one was a little nerve-wracking. I remember it was the first time I felt a little bit nervous, and probably forever. I've never really been a nervous performer. I've been on stages since I was very young, and so, but that one I remember was a little bit nerve-wracking because it was just me walking out there with an acoustic guitar and a stool and a piano, and I had no other musicians with me or anything like that. So I just knew if I clunked, it was going to be a very visible clunk. And so that one, but once I got past the first song, I remember everything kind of settled in. I'm like, this is what I do, relax, so it was good.
So for those coming tonight to the Ridgefield Playhouse or any of the shows on this run, what can they expect from the set list, and how do you put it together?
Yeah, well, this is, like I said, it's a very stripped down, intimate, acoustic evening with kind of vibe, but it's not a somber show where it's just like really intense and don't say where. It's it's a really cool eclectic mix of everything, really. I mean, I'm doing stuff from Avalon, I'm doing stuff from the new record. We're doing some songs just for fun. It's very crowd interactive at times. Even doing some acoustic Godsmack songs. So it's really a little bit of everything. But it's a fun show. The two musicians that I brought with me, Chris Lester and Tim Terrio, two of my key guys in my solo project, and we all have a really good dynamic and a good relationship. So the show is real fun, real interactive, and real personal. So, I think people should expect, if they want to come and see this kind of a show, they're really coming to see and appreciate a stripped-down version, acoustic version of some of these songs, which really, to me, showcases the songwriting a lot better. But again, it's something that's fun. You come, you bring your parents or your girlfriend or whatever, you have a glass of wine, chill, get in a nice mood, and it's an evening of music and storytelling and joking around.
Give me an album or a song that changed your life.
Well, Live Bootleg for sure was one of them.
First Aerosmith album I ever bought, Live Bootleg.
First record I ever bought was Aerosmith Rocks. Mm-hmm. But I remember Live Bootleg record was a really live. It's funny, the two records that I think really transitioned me the most were both live albums. One was Live Bootleg because I remember that I seen in the inside of it, there was a picture of Joe Perry holding up the BC Rich with his hair in front of his face and that blonde streak. And that was the point that I went from going, I want to be a musician, to saying, I want to be a rock star. Like, that's really cool.
That is a badass picture.
It's a great picture. And actually, years and years later, I got to meet up with them, and he signed my original Live Bootleg record for me. So that was a really great point for me. The other one was Exit Stage Left by Rush, because being a drummer my whole life, obviously, Neil Peart was probably the biggest influence in my life. He's the reason why I quit school, I quit family, I quit relationships, I quit everything to practice Rush albums.
Have you had a chance to tell him that?
Oh, yeah. I met him a few times. We've actually become friends. As a matter of fact, we've been filming along the way over the last couple of years what will be at some point, 20 years of Godsmack, a movie, and just interviewing different people along the way. And we got Neil Peart to agree to, I think we might have the last Neil Peart interview on tape. But he actually reviewed our drum solo, and it was really very surreal to hear Neil Peart talking about me and Shannon, how well he enjoyed it and the technical aspects of it and how entertaining it was. And it was pretty cool. So, yeah, there's been some good milestones along the way.
I'm sure. Tonight's going to be a special night, so come on down to the Ridgefield Playhouse. Check for tickets at ridgefieldplayhouse.org and see the show. It's going to be a good one.